Yeah, they know. I'm sure they know from my live. You want to see Spike? Spike Diva. You can't wait. I'm late. I know because we went to get dinner at Steak and Shake and it was closed. Isn't that funny? Dot, 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 dot. Sorry for making you wait. The whole 7 people waited. Hola, Von Michelle. I gonna cry. Hi. Hey, game. Oh, is Santa in Indiana? Ooh. Look at who I got with me. This I know says, hey.
Hello, everybody.
We got Barry. Mr. Dufus. I'll move down a little bit. Hi, Tanya. James. Hi, Polly. We're going to get shakes, some chocolate shakes. We're at Mickey D's. Darla. Darla says hello, Doofus.
Hi, Darla. Hello, everybody in Lori's chat.
Polly. Hi, Polly. Hi, Dee. Freedom Fighter. Game over. Gonna cry. Gonna cry 96 tears. That's cool. GA from CA. Ariel. Oh, did you watch my last video?
For some reason, it's not connecting.
Lois. Hi, Lois. Tanya says, hey, Doofus. Man, everybody's saying hi to you today. I'm just going to say their names. Laura. Northern Lights. I don't think I ever saw him out of his house. Yeah, Polly, we got him. Ariel says hi. I was so hoping this was going to happen. Did you get the good? I put out a challenge. Yes, Special K, thank you. Thank you so much. Lori and Barry. I was just telling Barry that he's getting his stuff ready, so I'll talk to you guys real quick. I was telling Barry that it would be really cool to see me and him go on an adventure through Europe. Can you imagine Lori and Doofus do Europe? Can you imagine that? It would be like the blind leading the blind. It would be the funniest trip you ever saw in your life. It would be like a comedy. Tell Doofus his shows are way too late.
The people on the West Coast don't think so. The people on the West Coast like the fact.
They like it?
Yeah, but it is awfully late. And when I get done, sometimes I'm jacked up.
Yes.
You know, after a show, and
It depends.
I can't get to sleep, and yeah, so they can be really late. I do.
I felt
apologize
bad
for
because
that.
I fell asleep on the funny one. I was tired. I was so tired, and I was trying to stay awake. And then I was like, I put it on, and I closed my eyes, and I woke up to Wee Tifa. I couldn't even chat. I was like, I'm too tired to even like do anything but keep my eyes closed. All right. From this I know. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah, Lori and Doofus Europe tour. Spoon says they would love a Barry and Lori road trip. We should go on a road trip through the U.S. I'll get my RV.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pick you up, and we are gonna go on a trip somewhere.
We'll have to take the dogs.
We'll work it out.
All right.
Somehow, Barry, we're gonna work this
All right.
out.
Okay.
I'm not saying like in the next week or nothing. Dude, I still gotta get my RV, but someday.
I think, is that us?
Someday. To Florida. We like dogs, Polly says. Florida, huh? I know, I want to go to Florida.
Was that us?
Oh.
They called?
It might be. But you want me to go help you get in?
No, go check. You stay with your chat.
Hostel to hostel in Europe. Oh, that would be so fun. Listen, we could barely get into McDonald's and like order on the kiosk. We had to order on the kiosk. You should have seen us trying to order on the kiosk. It's like the blind leading the blind. I'm telling you guys, total comedy. A Lori and Dufus adventure anywhere would be a comedy. I'm just saying. Don't make Echo jealous. Get Vinny a passport. Actually, I'm afraid to leave the friggin' country right now, but I think America was I'm not sure me and Doofus would ever, like, come back if we went to Europe. We'd probably get lost. Just saying. For sure. I'm gonna get ketchup, yes. I'll be back.
Hello, everybody. We're getting ketchup for the French fries. We'll be right back.
Alright, here we go. There we go, that's how I'll do it. Put it over here. Ah, Dufus. We got chocolate milkshakes, hot picante sauce to dip the fries. Ew, Terminator, yuck. Ketchup, whoops, I dropped one. Ketchup and French fries.
Oh man.
That's so good. All right, let's put this back over here. I put it in the wrong spot, sorry. Where's your...
No, let me sign in.
Oh no. What are you trying to sign into?
YouTube. I'm trying to get a live stream set up here. So I thought I might have to go to StreamYard, but StreamYard's not letting me sign in, so I'm going to go back to YouTube.
I hate trying to sign into stuff. Such a pain in the butt.
Okay, so talk a little bit about what happened today.
I had fun. I just went out and protested like I do at home. You would not believe how many people I talked to today. Even I was surprised at how many people stopped.
There were a ton.
For real.
People were worried about you in your chat.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
About them bringing you food.
Oh, were they going to bring me? Oh, yeah, I heard them say something about that. You know what? I actually made I made a post and then you pulled up. And I haven't posted it yet. But it was funny because I was watching someone's chat and I saw a comment that they said, and it said pray. She is the one, or something like that. She said something about that I was only one person. And I started laughing and I circled it and I'm like, common mistake.
Not even close to just one person. You're out there as one person, but they have no idea what goes on.
Yes, because
behind the scenes.
No, they have no idea. How they. Okay, so I'm gonna put it to Christian analogy because that's how people most understand it.
Okay.
Is they walk without fear because they know they have God behind them.
Okay.
I literally have the equivalent of God behind me.
In the amount of people you have behind you?
Back home. You come to my house, I've got people. I have literally had oath keepers protect my lawn so I could go to sleep at night.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
You were threatened that much.
Yes. My husband was out of town and I was staying up till 2:30 in the morning trying to catch people do stuff and trying to protect because I had Molotov cocktails. They almost burnt my house down. I had so many threats and those people wanted me to be able to go to sleep at night. So a couple nights they came out and protected my home. Let me go to bed in peace. It was nice.
Isn't it crazy that it's gotten to that?
Yeah. All for opinions.
All just for opinions.
And I
you know?
literally, my protest is like I was today. That's my protest.
Smile on the sign.
A smile, a sign, and a message. You gotta have a message. It can't just be nothing.
And the message has to be short enough people can see it when they're driving by. And Eddie gave you a good message today.
Dude, didn't he? Oh, and I was arguing with him too. I'm like, no, we can't put that word on there. Excuses. It just doesn't fit with it all. And then all of a sudden, it looked in my brain, and I'm like, oh yeah, it does. If I take out some of my words, it does.
It fits because it is true. Okay, you can't say the pedophiles are in the community at the moment. You can't say they're not. You can't say they're not, but you can't say they are because there is no proof. There is all kinds of proof that they have excused all of this behavior. So it really is an important piece of messaging.
Everybody has had a different reason or different things that they're looking at.
I can't get my
Can't get it?
stream up. I'm sorry, folks. Any of my viewers that are here,
Let's put it back a little.
everybody come to Lori's channel. I can't get my stream up, so I apologize. But we're all right here. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. This is really good. Thank you, Gary.
Well, the first two times we tried to talk, you were still in Bunker Hill, and we couldn't get a good connection. So as soon as you get back to Indiana, we'll meet in person. We'll talk when it's we can talk and not get interrupted. So
I appreciate it. I enjoy coming.
it feels weird seeing each other in real life, because we talk on the screen. And it's like, oh my God, here she is in person.
Yeah, but you're the same
the
guy.
famous Lori Arnold.
No, you're the famous Dufus.
No.
Oh yeah. Yep, your emoji has been added to the little line.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm honored.
That's what I say. I'm not the one. I am the many.
Yeah.
I am, and that's because that's what they don't understand is I'm not a one-trick pony.
Not at all.
I'll get emotional sometimes, but I'm not a one-trick pony.
Right.
I care about all of this and this and this and this and this and this and I really care about it. And so I know so many people from so many different places in life that I'm the person that when they come to me back home, I like to connect people where they need to go. I'm not the leader or anything like that, but I like to, if you say I'm interested in this, well, guess what? I know the guy
somebody
that you need to go to,
Yeah.
so you can go get involved in this and be active.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not the person that'll sit with you all day doing that stuff, but and like I started a group back home. I'm not in control of that group. I'm not even really active in that group anymore. But my whole goal was just I felt there was a conservative voice that was not being listened to in my area. And so I just kind of put a shout out, people come to a meeting. Mm-hmm. And then I finally had this woman come in who was very organized, ex-teacher, religious leader, and that kind of thing. So she was very organized. And she came in and she took off with it, man. And they have made something of it. It's a little different than what I had maybe viewed. But it's called Fight for Goshen is their website. Okay, so but they are all about the schools right now. So they've got a couple people running for school board, and so I feel like when people think that I am just, like this one, even this one protest, I wish that people didn't realize I was very quiet through it all, but I came into the People's Convoy with, wow, there's other people, activists like me, so I started being quiet. It allowed me to not be the loud person anymore. I enjoyed it. I sat back and I let everybody else do the loud, obnoxious, whatever, protesty. I just protested along with people, and I was very quiet. People never really knew the extent of my activism and, stuff. But now, I feel like it's time for people to kind of know who they're dealing with. Because I don't come into this. This is my first
It's
round.
not your first rodeo.
I already have a follow, and I call it following because there are people literally back home who are just waiting for somebody to try to hurt me because they want to protect me. And so I just think I laugh. I think it's silly that people try to hurt me. Because I think, boy, you don't want to unleash that God I got behind me. Maybe it's a little G, but you don't want to unleash these people. That's not nice. And you're going to start stupid stuff. That's why I have not tried to tell my people in Indiana about all this shenanigans going on.
You haven't been telling people here what's happening out there?
I quit. I quit even being on Facebook for the longest time because they are busy in Indiana
Doing
at
Indiana
local
things.
levels. They don't have time to care about that crap over there.
Right.
Somebody sitting on the lawn, and not in wheelchairs. I almost in wheelchairs. In the
Well, Golden Chariot was in a wheelchair. I mean, first part of the occupation of the lawn, he was rolling around, so.
They were in wheelchairs, I guess.
Okay, so that kind of takes us. Have you seen? I have not seen it. Have you seen the latest video from Vern
Oh, God.
that lit up
I
your
just saw it.
followers? I have not seen it. Okay, so I'm kind of pretending like this is my stream instead of yours, and I'm
You go ahead.
interviewing you a little bit here. So.
But I only answer as I want to.
Oh, of course. Well, that's what you
Let's
do when
just
you're on.
talk.
That's what you do when you're on mine too. And when you say, when
You haven't seen it?
when I say, well, what do you think about people saying this? And you go, well, fuck them. Well, that's you.
You haven't seen it yet, though?
No, I have not seen it.
I real quick watched it, so I don't remember all of it, but he's accusing me of being a drug dealer and
I'm cold.
but this is something they've been saying all along. And I have said all along, and I say this, there were a lot of drugs at the People's Convoy.
Okay.
No joke. Did I see them all? No, but I heard a lot of stories, and there was a mushroom mountain, dude, that people were up on that mushroom mountain for days, I think, until they got kicked off. I mean, I'm just saying funny stuff. Okay, come on. There were some drugs there. What did I say? I can...
Mushrooms takes me back to the 70s, So when you said Mushroom Mountain, I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah, they were up there for... I guess I walked up there. I really did, and I thought, boy, these people are a little... Whatever they're partying on, this looks fun. But I couldn't see where the party part was, so I went back down. I wasn't really interested in partying, dude. I mean, I wasn't really there to party. But the truth is oh, come on. Everybody there was smoking weed. When I say everybody, I mean, everybody I kind of saw around was either smoking it or...
Okay, was Rose part of the convoy?
Who?
Rose.
There's a couple Roses, so...
David Rydell's Rose.
Okay.
Was she part of the
yeah.
convoy?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, her and Curly, the Victoria, she was a part of it too. They were workhorses in the People's Convoy. They were the ones that were always doing the flags when we would come in. They were already there. When we would pull
So
in,
they were like the
would have
advanced
flags.
team.
Yes. The flags over the overpasses and yeah. And of course, now when the first People's Convoy first started, there were people on overpass. It was a beautiful sight to see American flags and all these exuberant people as you drove by, waving and beep, and it was really cool. That waned. After a while, it was like we would come in and you would realize, hey, those are our people up there.
Yeah, I recognize everybody up there.
I recognize that vehicle up there. That's that yellow fire truck.
Yeah.
But anyway, to go back to what you're asking me, I've said, and I say it with pride, I love weed. I love weed. I smoke weed. I'm very open about weed. Am I going to say on my live stream that I sell weed? No, because I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
God dang.
And
I'm not a drug dealer.
And you're in Indiana.
And
so,
I'm in Indiana where it's...
You know,
now,
in 38 states, it's okay to say...
I know.
But here...
But you can drive to Michigan, and then you can smoke all you want. So there you go.
And I know,
Easy peasy.
and I know people that do that.
Yeah, it's easy.
That drive to Michigan,
But
that drive
now-
to Illinois and smoke all they want, and then they come home, and on the weekend they go... You know,
And remember, we were in states that were legal.
right. Yeah.
So, I mean, like, the laws were all different wherever you were. And so, like, for people, sometimes you could just go and you could, if you smoked weed, you would just go buy it. Where, if you were there were times that people did bring, like weed or whatever with them because, and I'll admit, I brought weed with me, you know, because I know that I needed a certain amount that I wanted to have for myself, my own consumption. And there were states that I could be legal in and do it legally, so. I'll admit that much.
Okay. But equating smoking pot and supporting pedophiles is like the ultimate apples and oranges, isn't it? Or it
They're
seems that
grasping
way.
at straws.
Okay.
They're grasping, dude. If you look at who it is that's accusing me, Vern, he reminds me of a little bit gentler Red.
A little bit gentler red.
He's not as vile, but they grasp and they try to, where they think there's a little truth or something, and they'll start poking and try to say lies to see if you react.
Now, see, when I first saw Red, I thought Red was
Funny.
Oh my God!
I
He's
know,
so
he was
creative,
funny.
and he does
He
voices,
is
and
funny.
I mean, I think he's, you know, I thought he was funny, and then all of a sudden, this meanness comes out, and
And to be honest, I have not seen this vile side that I've lately
that
seen.
was my next question. Has it? I mean, is
No. Now, off-color jokes or however it is that he talks.
Oh,
sometimes.
yeah, right.
Come on. I mean, yeah, and like when through this whole thing together, it was always like, I was the one saying, Red, I know you want to go do this or that, but we got a plan, you know, and I would be pulling him back, and he would listen, you know, to me, to Mel, and all that, but there were problems between them, but like I just kind of kept my distance from that, and I think it was okay, but like you said, he's funny, okay, like he is a funny guy. He's funny, but I give people
and
too
he's
much
smart.
trouble.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's quick-witted, and and then all of a sudden it's like, why? What happened here?
Well, they keep saying, oh, we had to do this be mean because it was what we needed to do for the 1776 thing. And I'm like, yeah, then why are you worse now than you were there? Because this is the real them coming out. If you look, Brett Boyle just quit being their mom. He jumped ship.
Are you kidding
Yep,
me?
he's quitting them.
Wow. Wow.
Go check and fact check me, but that's what I heard.
That's big.
I think he's jumping ship. Dude, you cannot keep up a non-stop vile stream. It's funny for a while to some people, but it can only, you can't watch that all day long and have new people. You know, you just can't. You can't sustain that.
Yeah.
You have to do something. My channel, I really do want my channel to go somewhere. And that's why I have them. I get shit for my mods, scary. But I love my mods.
You do, and and I get, people tell me, hey, if you ever talk to Lori, talk to her about her mods. You know?
There you go. I got the mods for you.
No, I meant
No, I know.
they think your mods are a problem.
I know. I know.
Okay, all right.
But you know what? Who's got a channel still standing? And how many strikes you think I got on me? You want to know why?
Your mods look after you.
My mods look after me. Absolutely. Because I've been trying to do stuff that would have got me in so much trouble. And they stopped me. In a nice way. We work together. We are in constant communication.
Okay.
We have become, you know what's really funny about my mod team? Is that I'm never going to give their identities away. Some of them I know people know. But because of the vile people screwing us over, a group of people got screwed over, and I said, I believe you, and I will stand up for you. And out of that, I got a loyalty from some people. And then we became a relationship, and we started to trust each other. And now we are like like they always say, it's not really a family, but like we care about each other, like what's going on and stuff. And that makes us really tight, and we trust each other, and we've got each other's backs because they've all been attacked. When I ignore somebody, sometimes they decide that they're gonna be a bully for my mods, it's like a abuser. I divorced an abuser once, and he used my kids to hurt me. And they're using my kids to hurt me. And when they can't get my kids, you know who they start threatening? Anybody that donates money to me. Or anybody that gives me shelter, that they're going to sue them, and stuff like that. They're literally attacking everybody because they're abusers. That's how I see it.
Okay.
I see these people as abusive.
Okay.
I just won't take it. But my mods are awesome. And like I get shit for them, but you know what? My mods have been right on a lot of stuff, and they've protected my ass on a lot of shit. They have, and like they don't control me. Don't get me wrong, because nobody controls my ass. If I really want to do something, by God, I go do it. But I can be reasonable.
I have no doubt about that.
We have to be reasonable, right?
I have no doubt about that.
I've had some crazy ass ideas that I've been...
That you've been talked out of?
Go on an adventure with me sometime, Barry, and you'll find out.
I don't know. You end up showing up at people's houses who end up wanting to put you in jail.
And yet, somebody came to my house and took a picture of my vehicle. And you know what's funny is I have a great relationship with that neighbor back there who's home all the time. And the other day she was actually texting me. She's like, here's a picture of who's in your going to your house now. What should we do? Because she has instructions to call the police if anybody goes in there, because nobody should be there.
Right.
Well, it was my brother-in-law.
Okay.
But because I just had to check. But it's crazy. But the thing is I don't care. It doesn't bother me. They just doxed me over on Lady Buckeye's chat. They literally put my entire address out there, and it's still in her chat.
Do you report those things? I mean, do you
I'm so
report
bad
it?
about that. I don't.
Because
as much as I should.
if you don't, I mean, it's one thing for viewers to report, but you as the subject of stuff.
Yes. There's
Okay.
different things that I do. There's been copyright things that I've taken. There's people that have put things out there that are like completely, they take my stuff and then they take someone else's stuff and act like it's me, like my record or whatever. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, my record? I was like, what the hell? All the way back to what? I was in high school, I think, back then or something, when they say I have a record.
All right, so back to Vern. He's not in 1776, right?
That's another word salad.
Okay.
What's mean in? Of course he's in it. He may not be a card-carrying member, but the man has raised money for Bandit. He's been very, very vocal of his support for 1776. He rolls with them constantly.
He's
But-
so involved with them that I don't. Whatever the N is, Vern supports 1776
Okay, all right.
and Bandit.
Vern emailed me and asked me a question. I responded to the question. We exchanged emails. I invited him to come on the show before all of this started. I invited him to come on the show after the comedy episode. I invited him, Jay Lynn, any of them that wanted to come on and counter or speak or whatever. Okay. Vern is considering. He's
Oh, geez.
considering coming on.
Good. I mean, good. I mean, like, 'cause I am all for free speech, so good on you. But I'm just laughing at Vern getting on.
I don't think he will.
I don't know.
After I haven't seen the video from today, but people were talking about calling the police about the video, and so this might have been a little. Was this a little out there? Or
Oh, it was.
just
He was
flat-
taking pictures of drugs. So like he was taking picture of like the picture was of the cards that you vape, the weed, the THC is what it was.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. It wasn't showing like blocks of heroin.
No.
You know.
But you know what? I have not seen those drugs on the People's Convoy or any of that stuff like meth and all that heavy drugs and stuff. I heard about the mushrooms. I saw drinking, a lot of drinking and a lot of smoking weed.
But you didn't see the heroin, the
Oh,
cocaine,
no.
the meth, the
I heard
fentanyl.
about no.
Okay.
I heard about.
You heard
some
it was
things.
there, but it wasn't as out in the open as.
It wasn't
the-
rolling in any circle. I saw,
Yeah.
but I don't do that stuff. So
And speaking of legal stuff, let's make it clear that your phone overheated today, and that's why your stream died, right?
Yes,
It
yes.
wasn't. I mean, it was an incredible coincidence.
when did it die?
That-
Because I wasn't even paying attention.
Raptor went by, and somebody said, I think you said, "There goes Raptor again," or somebody in the chat said, "There goes Raptor again." He honked when she hadn't honked any of the times he had driven by. He honked, and right after he honked, your stream died.
God, seriously?
Yeah, and it was just like I'm
There
one
was-
of those that
he did it
that
twice.
question. I question coincidences. You know.
Me too.
But let's
It
just
did
say
it
this
twice.
is a coincidence, so that he doesn't.
Okay,
You know,
yeah.
so
I
that-
think it is because it overheated once. And then I came back, I was like, oh, overheated. And then the other time I was like, oh, let me go get the charger, the charging thing. And then when I came up, I was like, oh, I watched it go, ew. And I'm like, oh no. Hurry.
Okay, well that's cool. So we don't want to falsely accuse anybody of anything.
No.
It was just a coincidence that was incredibly coincidental.
I know. I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So have you watched that video that I keep talking about? I call it the Ren Raw, but it's like, I don't know if she calls it Chewy something. Will you guys post that in there, please, mods? The video, if we can, the Ren Raw one, please. But have you seen that yet of the bandit, where she paid the money to get the transcripts of what really happened and what he was accused of, and
No, I have
yeah.
not seen this.
Okay, so I've been telling people to read it. I actually listened to it because I couldn't watch it, but while I had it on my stereo on the way down here for the protest, which is
Okay.
why I was so emotional that night, because I had been watching this and crying of what this little girl for 3 years he molested his stepdaughter.
We're talking about Marcus.
Yes, Marcus
Okay.
Kopop
Okay.
for 3 years.
Well, that's not the way it was ever presented before, was it?
No, and the little girl's details were very, very, very clear. Over multiple times, and I'm not gonna give all the details, but they literally would make you sit and bawl. You can't watch it and not. So I listen, like there's no doubt in my mind that man is guilty. You can't. He pled guilty because they had so much evidence against this man that he was going to go away for a long time. And I will say that with 100% certainty. And anybody who doubts me, go watch the video. You have to watch the video because there will be no doubt in your mind that that man is guilty.
And it's who, Renoir?
Renra. It's. Do you know who the Evil Bright twin or whatever? Evil Bright's something.
Evil
I don't
Bright's
remember her
twin
name.
sister or
Yes.
something like that. Yeah.
It's her, but it's on Rumble.
Oh, okay.
See,
That's
it's on
why I
Rumble.
haven't seen it. Okay.
I hadn't either, and I was. You've heard of America, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
America 2.0.
And by the way, America is not funding me.
America 2.0.
Yes, he's not funding me. He gave me one-time donation of $10.
Okay. Why is that the rumor now that
Yes,
he's
that he's funding me in APA. He's our main financer. I like, but I have talked to him before text.
I hope you've learned one thing, that there are so many worthy causes that people on the left are fighting, and so much of the money from the left is divided up into all these different causes. The right doesn't have a whole lot of complaints normally, so you got all this money coming into to David Rydell and to
Yes.
Oreo and all these, because they're not used to having anything to really be upset about. And it's really different on the left, because on the left there are so many causes that people see as worthy and justifiable to put their money towards, and you only got a limited amount of money, and the higher prices get, the more limited it gets. So
Y'all are when I say y'all, the left is very, very organized too. With like they know what they're doing. They don't waste their money. Like I
They
get so
don't.
frustrated with the right protest. Listen, this is a phenomenon.
you don't.
They don't know how to protest.
You don't the left. The people on the left don't get conned. You don't try to con them.
No.
You know, people that support me because I don't try to con anybody. I'm trying to tell people the truth.
Well, they know how to protest too. Damn it! Come on.
Yeah, well, we've been protesting since Vietnam.
That might be one. Dude, when conservative,
I mean,
it's frustrating.
you know.
We get them out there, and they just stand there and they start talking like at a church social, and I'm like, no. I'm the one person that I get up there and I start, ooh, come on, guys, and
Yeah.
because it's like everybody's just
Yeah.
driving by like, and they're all la, 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 talking to the neighbor, and I'm like, no, we're
it-
here for a purpose.
And it was so funny because the people that were so, they were all yelling, get jobs, to the Black Lives Matter protesters and to the, the reform protesters.
I probably yelled that.
And you probably did, And now all of a sudden the shoe's on the other foot. And the right's wanting to protest, and they're like, well, how do we do this?
Okay, so tell me, so how do you put? Because I'm a person who I don't like hypocrisy. I don't like to be a hypocrite. So I gotta admit, I was one of those during all those BLM riots.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm sitting there. They closed down the bridge, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna say what like bad stuff, but I was like, get them,
Put 'em in jail.
put 'em in jail,
Arrest 'em all.
arrest 'em all,
Yeah, sort
tear
it out
gas,
later.
tear
Yeah.
gas, woohoo, and
Yeah.
then I had my own little experience. Before this, I had my own
Yeah.
little experience with tear gas and how the popo
Yeah.
acts. And I'm like, whoa, maybe I understand a little better.
Yeah.
And then we get here where we're all kind of together now from both of those worlds. And we're discovering that all the complaints that this one is saying, now this one is saying, and we're all complaining about the same people. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe instead of fighting each other, we should be fighting those people. That's
Or,
my
or
thoughts.
at least talking to each other instead of fighting each other.
When I say fighting, I mean like towards the
Verbally,
cause.
yeah.
Verbally. To put your effort and be actively. See, you guys are active. At home, the Republican, like my city council, what they tell me, my city council members are like, oh, the Republicans are like, when we do something and vote on it, nobody has an opinion. And then once we're done, everybody has an opinion about how we did it wrong. Mm-hmm. The Democrats are different. Mm-hmm. There's 4 to 3, and who do you think runs it? It's the Democrats that actually run our city council. And
Even though they're in the minority.
when I want to know what's going on, I go on the person I dislike the least, that represents nothing I believe in, but she's on the left. But I go to her page to find out what's going on because she puts out there, here's the upcoming, what do you guys think? And she gets views back and she prepares with the community. And if she has a real big thing, I guarantee you she puts a little word out, and the next thing you know, you'll have a city council meeting full of people.
Yeah.
We can't even get anybody to attend, ever,
Yeah.
from the right. It's like, oh, nah,
Yeah.
nah.
No, see, my last major protest was in Philadelphia in 2016. I was a Bernie Sanders delegate from Indiana
Really?
to the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia. Hillary Clinton stole the nomination from us. We took to the streets. We were out there, whose streets, our streets. This is what
Back then?
democracy. Absolutely.
No.
Oh yeah.
You were before AP. You were out there yelling that,
Yeah,
huh?
we were out there yelling. Yeah. Whose streets, our streets. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy.
Really?
You betcha we were. Yeah, that was my last protest.
How many protests have you been?
Well, my first was as a kid was Vietnam.
Seriously?
Yeah.
No, you are not a Vietnam protester, dude.
Well, I was because of my sisters. You know, I wasn't old enough.
No, I mean, that's
but
so
yeah, I was
cool
taken-
to be out
yeah,
there at that time
Yeah.
in history. What a
Yeah.
cool experience that must be.
Yeah,
That's neat.
yeah.
Like, I see that shit in movies.
I ran for office.
You didn't see Forrest Gump back then, did you?
No. But oddly enough, my nephew is in Forrest Gump. My nephew was in Hollywood at that time.
Seriously?
Seriously, he was in Forrest Gump. He was part of Volcano, the movie
Yeah,
Volcano
yeah,
with
uh-huh.
Tommy Lee Jones. Night at the Roxbury, the remake of the remake of the movie where the Bates Motel. I can't think of the name of it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I know exactly. Okay, what's the name of the Bates
What's the name of
Motel?
the movie?
What's the movie from the Bates Motel? I'm thinking Twilight Zone, and I know that's wrong.
It's a Hitchcock movie.
I know, it's like, nee, 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 nee.
Yeah, yeah.
Nee, 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 nee.
That's
What's
the
the
movie.
nee, 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 nee movie?
Yeah, he was
Come on. Psycho.
Psycho. He was in the remake of Psycho. The second Silence of the Lambs. He was.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
An HBO series called From Here to the Moon, where they did all the from Wilbur Wright all the way till the Apollo Loon. It was like a 15-part series he was in. And that's when I was out there. Was when he was filming that.
Wow.
And Sally Field directed one of those episodes, and I got to meet Sally Field.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I was on the set and got to meet Sally
Wow.
Field during that time.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've been blessed. I've got to meet a whole bunch of incredible people and do a bunch of incredible things.
Oh, dude, how old are you? Do you mind me asking?
I'll be 64 in December.
Okay, see, I'm 51, and I'm just starting that whole period in my life where I have no children anymore to take care of, and excuse me, I'm getting divorced, so now it's just like I have nothing except, I mean, obviously the relationship with Eddie, but I mean, like, there's nothing holding me down to one
Right.
place, and that's what I want to do is travel around. I think that's a good, fun thing to do, and I want to have adventures like you do.
Yeah.
I'm tired of not having adventures.
I rode an elephant in to start a circus.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. I got to ride an elephant. Now, they don't have circuses anymore.
Well, yes, they do.
Oh, do they? Well,
called
yeah,
the
yeah.
Come on, guys.
We've been broadcasting it.
We've been broadcasting the circus.
for the past
I
summer,
keep
but
saying the
yeah,
pedo cult monkeys.
Yeah,
we
that's
got our
true.
own little monkey island down
that's
there.
true.
West Virginia.
Yeah, but I've got to do a whole bunch of great
How
things.
did you like that when those police officers came over there and said, "Oh, it's expired"?
Last night, I thought you were going to jail.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I gotta show you something.
thought you were going
I gotta
to
show
jail.
you something. I got a phone number on my belly. I got Eddie's phone number because I don't have it memorized.
Well, and I, if you are a protester
Yeah.
and you're going to a protest that could involve police activities, have a number written on you for real.
And don't
Because-
put it where people can see it, because people on live
Yeah.
streams can see people's
yeah,
phone
yeah,
numbers.
right. Exactly.
So I put it down like on my belly or
if you wear a long sleeve shirt on
Yes.
the inner on the forearm,
Yes.
because I don't know any phone numbers anymore. All my phone numbers are on the phone, and if I don't have my phone,
I hit Texas.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. So when you going to Texas, is that where 1776 is going next?
Oh, I almost hope so.
Yeah.
I got a lot of support there.
Yeah.
And I got a place to stay and
Yeah. See your guy.
using my guy. Actually, I do plan on going to Texas. I just don't know when. You know, I mean, my life is all by ear. I have no plans, so I'm all by ear. But eventually, I want to get back to Texas, and on the way there, I already have some bunch of stops. I got like 4 stops I'm gonna
Yeah.
make to different people on the
Yeah.
way there. So
Yeah.
anybody that wants a stop from Lori, and I keep saying it's a food tour, Barry.
Food
We
tour.
need to do a food tour. That's what we should do is go eat
Well,
dinner with people.
I'm not impressed with the Big Mac at McDonald's. It was cold. I had 2
Somebody
bites.
needs to feed me and Barry.
No, no.
Do you get home meals?
I live by myself with my dog and my cat, and it really not. I mean, I inherited the dog and the cat, but I love them. You know, just as. Anyway, no, I don't. I
Don't
don't.
either.
I don't cook for myself very often. It's tough to do with just one person.
It is.
You know, I mean. So
Like
no,
how many potatoes do you make for mashed potatoes for one person?
I go to Kroger and get the. I get it and you know use it for 4 days in a row.
I get
One
starved.
portion.
I get starved for not hungry, but just starved for in my mind.
Oh, I do too.
That taste of just a home cooked meal.
Yeah, I mean just crazy stuff like.
A good.
Oh my
home-cooked
gosh,
meal.
I'd like to have a little bit of cottage cheese right now.
I'm
You know,
thinking mashed
I'm not buying a whole
potatoes
tub
and-
of cottage cheese because I know it's going to be green. You know, I'm going to eat 4 spoonfuls of it and then, you know,
Well, you want to know something funny is we have in our area a place that is called the Window. So it's a place that helps like the homeless and it helps low income and all that. So if you need help with food, they get a lot of food from like our local grocery stores. When they're ready, they have to get rid of it at a certain date,
right.
and so they'll give it to them. There's local businesses that they have to like the food, like the pre-made food or whatever. So anyway, you can get bags of lettuce and stuff. Well, I had an issue where I couldn't go in because they had like, you could get bags of lettuce and stuff. I like to get that sometimes, you know, and stuff to kind of supplement. And they wouldn't let me in because of the mask thing. Because I can't wear a mask, and so I couldn't go through and everything. And so I wasn't allowed to do that. Well, the beautiful part that came out of that was the people that I know that walk by, they would go down and they'd come back, and I would just have offerings of people would bring me bags of lettuce and desserts that they had gotten for me. Or they'd be on their way and they say, hey, what can I get you today? You know? And so like the beauty of that was that I had people taking care of me. You know what I mean? Like it's a weird position to be in. I like helping other people. I don't like,
I'd much rather help other people than have somebody
but it's
do
humbling.
stuff for me. It is humbling. It is humbling.
I've had pizza. I've had the homeless give me pizza. I literally found 2 boxes of pizza in my door, and I'm like, what the hell do I do with this? Now, literally, I'm a target at my home. And so I was like, well, is this friend or foe? Did they poison it, or is it? And finally, my husband got hungry enough. He's like, I'll eat some. He was our test subject. Well, then I found out it was a couple of homeless people that I had helped earlier where somebody had donated me, this is the pay it forward, somebody had donated me a ham. I don't really like ham that much myself, a little bit at a time, but it was huge. So I cooked it, and I told some of these homeless people, come and I'll, you know, and I help people, you know, and we kind of helped it. Well, because of that, they went and they got a bunch of pizzas after hours, like I can't remember which place it was, but they put the pizzas out, and they had a bunch, and they came and blessed me, which really was a blessing and helpful. So it was like that. I just see it constantly, and it's like even the homeless are involved in it. People think the homeless just take, but they don't. They give.
Right. And that's kind of, it's important because it gives them value. It gives them worth. You know, and I totally get it. You know, if somebody does something nice for me, I feel like I need to do something nice for them because that's how it's supposed to work.
Oh yeah.
But people look at that as weakness, as a way of trying to take advantage instead of understanding that it's that it's the ultimate humanity.
You know what? It's not about. I have very, very, very distinct with the whole homeless thing. I have always had this very distinct feelings on homeless encampments being in my parks, and stuff like that. And at the same time, I'm a human and I have humanity. And so it's one of the, I feel that's how we have to kind of go towards these things. We have to have humanity, and then we have to have like rationality, like kind of like a yin and a yang.
Yeah.
You gotta combine them all together. You can't just let people have syringes and all kinds of stuff around children in a park.
Right.
It's since I walked among this stuff when it happened in my area, and I was one of the people saying, no, enforce this stuff. You're the city. Something has to be done. But I don't, as a citizen, we shouldn't be dealing with this either. We need to do something for them. I get it. But I don't know what the answer is. But I know that the citizens here should not be dealing with this in the park. So figure it out. Now, at the same time, I started helping all the homeless.
And everybody is just a couple of bad breaks away from being homeless.
That's right. And
people don't realize
no, they
that.
don't. And I've been the
How
one that's
quick
advocating.
and easy you can slip into.
Yep.
And
I had been advocating for porta potties so that they have a place to go to the bathroom. And what else? We have no water. I literally was sitting out protesting. I'm like, it's hot as hell. And then I started seeing, we have a bus stop, and so it's not just homeless, but I started seeing people walking by, and I thought, I bet they're hot. So I started putting waters out. Well, before you know it, my entire community people were giving me either money to buy water, bottled water. Somebody donated a, what do you put that in? The ice, the chest, everything. They would come and bring ice and stuff. But the whole thing, and I always just left it out there free. Anybody that walks by can have it. I even had a bunny out there for a while, so the kids could come and like say hi to Mr. Bunny. It was a stopping focal point where you could get something. You could have a water. You could sit for a minute and talk. I had a smile, and it was like everybody was welcome except for one group of people. And who do you think I don't allow on my property?
people like me.
I accept everybody. I'd even let it. I'll tell you what.
Who didn't you allow?
Pedophiles.
Pedophiles. Okay.
I've had a pedophile come to my house, and I didn't know he was a pedophile, and I helped him. And when I found out, one of those groups from my group, I actually saw a video of him going meeting what he thought was a 13-year-old girl down the road from me at a gas station.
We got a real good group in Indiana that
they do, dude. They're on it, aren't they?
They do that.
There's a few of them. I know. You know what? I actually had one of the guys, the founder that does that stuff, come to meet me. And here I was like in awe that he came to meet me.
Yeah, that'd be a good guy. That'd be a good person to have on to do an interview.
Well, his fiance had seen one of my signs. I had a sign out there that said "Stop raping our kids," and she saw it and told him, and he just wanted to know what the heck I was talking about and what, Mm-hmm. And I think he knew by the time he got in. I'm not shy.
Yeah.
And I was pretty upset about that. But it's funny how everybody saw that different. I had a man stop and say, "Lori, you're better than that sign. You really should take that down, please." And he was a lefty, okay? And he said, "I had just left my father's deathbed, but I really wanted to stop and talk to you about this." So now, of course, I'm really... And he says, "Me and my sister just left and we both came by and we both felt that." And I said, "Okay, what do you think I meant by this? Like, why does this offend you?"
Right.
And then he told me, and he thought it was all the, at the news that time about the pedo island and all that.
Oh,
so
yeah,
this whole, okay.
Just Maxwell.
He thought that's what that was.
Jeffrey Epstein.
He thought it was all that stuff, and I said, "Oh, no." I said, I wasn't even thinking that. And then I said, "Well, what did your sister think?" Well, she was from like Minneapolis or something. And he's like, "Well, and it was a different thing." And I'm like, "I never even thought of that."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Now let me tell you what I really meant." I'm like, you know what? I keep seeing all these kids that are being molested, and it's something that's on my heart all the time, and I see it all the time. And I just, one too many times it happened, and I got frustrated, and I put it on a friggin' sign. And I'm like, and it's just funny that everybody sees something different, and I can't control it, and I've only got a little bit of space to put something on it.
Right.
So Eddie's words were really good, weren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I've never had the reaction to the signs yet the Eddie sign got. Today was the best reaction I've had yet in Indiana. Was
You
the best
probably
reaction.
had you had a half a dozen cars anyway.
At
pulled in.
least,
And so I mean, just they only had 8 cars at the seminar, and you had twice as many people watching your stream as they had streaming their important, powerful, impactful information.
and guess what I got? I got 2 women who now have my phone number, and they know a social worker in the area, and they are we sat and hugged by the time we were done with our conversation. Wonderful girls. I'm so glad to meet them, but it's about networking. I now networked into that area. I didn't get to people just driving by and saying hi. What are you about? Although I did, but like there were some people that I actually connected with, and they have my YouTube channel now, and I've explained enough that now they can go forward. And I think that
And they'll take your YouTube channel and they'll share your channel with other like-minded people. That's how it grows.
And it breaks that cycle of. I tell them all the time I'm silly. You know, you're gonna see me in a rainbow wig, and because I get bored and I protest and I make fun and stuff. I said because we get bored out here. I said, but my message is this. And here's who's with me: the left and the right and the middle, and we're all here in one, and it's beautiful, isn't it? Because of all the right that come up and stop, always say to me when I say pedos, you know what they say, don't you? The left. Oh, you mean the left?
The left, yeah.
Oh, the left, the left, the left. And I'm like, no, wait, no,
No.
it's the right. And he's like, they're always like, oh,
Yeah.
what? And I'm like, well, you don't know, you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
It's always the left, the left, the left. And I'm like, no, it's the right now too. Like it's this. I'm finding, not two, but I'm just finding.
Yeah.
Whoa, what the hell? Oh my God, man. They probably think we're crazy.
Yeah, they do. I'm sure they do. We're doing diners, drive-ins, and dives from Beech Grove, Indiana, at the McDonald's. We were scheduled to be at Steak and Shake, but they closed at 5 o'clock. What's up with that?
I think you're right about the shortage, because like I think that's why
Yeah.
this was so.
All of a sudden, nobody can take your order here.
I went to
McDonald's. If you
McDonald's.
can't use the machine, you're shit
Yes.
out of luck.
Dude, I went to McDonald's during all this. A few times I've had things happen, but like I drove up and they're like, sorry, we can't even take your money or nothing. Like there's nobody, like here, take your food for free. They just gave me my food for free. They're like, oh, we don't care. Here you go.
So why aren't people working? What's going on?
I don't know. I seriously have the same question. They can't all be sitting at home.
They must be. Maybe they're all out there.
Where
watching
are
us
you
right
all?
now.
Where are you guys?
No. But seriously,
Especially like the lower paid workers.
I understand why they stopped.
Those are the ones we need the most, isn't
I
it?
know. And now all of a sudden we're finding that out.
Oh.
You know.
Barry, there is a big emergency too. I'm sorry, but there's a few states that I cannot find Coca-Cola. Like the fountain Coke and stuff is literally, there's not enough Coke.
There's not enough Mountain Dew either.
What the hell is going on with our...
I don't know, but like 6 months ago, I could buy Mountain Dew for 99 cents a 2 liter, and now it's $2.99,
Gee.
and it's in a lot of places it's not on the shelves.
Well,
And I've seen the
Have you
Coke.
seen?
I've seen the Coke
Have you?
shortages.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm talking like gas stations, because I mostly go to gas stations, because I drive around. And I
I've
always
seen
want my
them.
fountain
I've
Coke.
seen them at Kroger and Walmart.
Really?
Yeah.
And I keep asking, why are we having these? And they're always like,
And chocolate milk. I'm having trouble finding chocolate milk.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's why it's good. Do you live like where you or have access to farmers?
I'm about probably 30 minutes away from the nearest really
You should have
farm
been.
area.
You
But
should
where,
have been.
I grew up in the farm area. Okay.
Did
Now-
you? Okay.
Yeah. Now I live in the suburb, and I don't like living in the suburbs. I've always been in the, I don't like having a neighbor right directly
Right.
next door to me.
See,
Let alone,
yes, I don't either.
I lived on 9.5 acres, and
Really?
yeah, and
That was
yeah,
nice.
no, it was.
Quiet.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Not good for protesting, probably. But
No, but I didn't have it. You know, there wasn't anything to protest out there.
but you know,
I had to fire my gun a couple of times to get people off the lane,
did
but
you really?
yeah. And you know what? When you shoot a gun towards somebody, they don't care what make it is or what caliber it is.
You can't do that anymore, dude. You can't shoot a gun up in the air anymore.
Yes.
Obviously,
right.
we learned that
We
lesson,
learned that.
didn't we?
We did. We
In
learned
Tennessee,
that.
you can't. Let me just
In
say
Tennessee,
that.
anyway. Yeah. Yeah. That night was crazy too.
Dude,
I
I
thought-
did not even expect that. As a matter of
Whoa.
fact, I wasn't even looking. I was just sitting there looking forward, and the next thing I heard a voice, and then all of a sudden I heard this big boom, and you can see it on my video.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's not out there like that, but
It's-
I watched it
it's
again,
like-
and I'm like, woo! I said some woo or something like that. Because I'm like, what the
Said,
hell?
Lori, it's time to go. Yeah.
I said, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I know how to be a respectful person. I know people think I'm this crazy person, but
They do. They think you're this crazy woman, but a lot of that is because they only see segments, you know, that they're shown and are taken out of context, and they don't see the entire picture.
yeah,
You
well,
know?
there's an.
And plus, you do some crazy stuff.
I do crazy stuff, dude. But I've been like this way all my life.
Yeah.
I really have, and
And there's nothing wrong with
no,
that.
I'll tell you what. This is a funny story that has nothing to do with protesting. To show you how what I will do, just to tease people or something, because I like to tease like that, you know. My girlfriend.
Yeah, you called me a dirty old man on your live today.
Did I? I was just joking. You didn't
But
take
it's
that to
all right.
heart,
I
did
can't.
you?
No.
Okay, I was
didn't
just
know.
teasing. I always tease
No,
all the
I
time.
was like, how does she know? Sorry, go ahead. You.
Oh, dude. I forgot what I was telling you now. I'm sorry, my mind.
No, it's my fault.
No, that's okay. You got me. You got me laughing at you.
I don't. Is anybody watching this?
Oh yeah, they're laughing. We got no Kool-Aid.
We got no Kool-Aid.
We got no Kool-Aid.
Yeah, no Kool-Aid.
They're saying hi, Tanya, GA from CA.
GA from CA.
And you know what? I've seen people though on the streams that say, I don't agree with anything Lori says, barely, but I support her, damn it, and I love her. I've actually had people tell me,
Those are leftists.
oh yes, and I've literally had people on the phone tell me, listen, I know you were at J6. If you did anything that you should be in trouble for, I want you to go to jail. Now, that being said, I want to help you. Let's work together. And I'm like, and I love you. And I'm like, I love you too. And if I did something wrong, then yes, I should be held accountable. Now, let's work together.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful to be able to do that. To me, that's gold, because that's what I was always trying to do, but I got hit in that right-wing thing where I couldn't break free from that right-wing Nazi, racist, you know, that woman, like I told you, I came out with a Blue Lives Matter sign, so you know what they said about me from the very beginning. I couldn't break out of that mold, and I did reach some, but it wasn't the bigger reach that I wanted to do where we worked together. We spoke, but we didn't work together.
And we may be past that. It may be too late to get to the point where we can work together, simply because of the division. But we got to keep trying.
See, but I'm not ready to give up yet.
Yeah, we got to. That's what I'm saying. We got to keep trying. You know, we can't. You know, we can't quit. It's too important.
I got no quitting in it.
You know, it's too important.
Exactly.
You know, I mean,
I started my activism because I never know what to put under activist. Conservative, this. I don't like titles. I'm an activist. I always want to put American activist, because that's what got me out. It wasn't the left. It was, I mean, I could point to little specific things, but the overall was that I saw my country literally going up in flames. Not from even one, just the whole thing, everything was shit. And I was so tired of feeling impotent, like I was doing nothing because I didn't know what to do. And I thought, well, the one thing I can do is this. And it just morphed from there. And then I realized little by little, I can do more, I can do more, I can do more, I can do more. And my voice is reaching people that I didn't even know it was reaching.
Oh yeah, reaching around the world.
Like seriously, I've had people tell me back at home, say, you know what, I want you to know that you actually were responsible that this happened over in Michigan. Because they saw what you're doing. And people will, that's the thing about being genuine, Barry. And you probably know this, but you can't fake real.
No.
Over time. You can in a short time.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, you can calm people for a short period of time.
But you cannot.
But reality always shines through.
Yeah. It's kind of like, you know, like I was, and I don't mean to talk about me and my relationship, but like me and Echo. I told him right now, there's so many people attacking us and trying to divide us and, you know, like wedge stuff between us. And I said, you know, this right here is why I live an honest life. And that's why I'm totally honest with you about everything. Because when they come and attack me and I need you the most, I don't want to have to worry that somebody's going to tell you something that's going to make you not want to.
Right.
I don't want to deal with that at that moment.
No, nobody does.
Hell no.
No.
I need you to have my back. He needs to know that everything I have told him is 100%, oops, sorry,
That's right.
100% the truth, so he can go forward and fight it.
And it's so much easier telling the truth because you don't have to
We have
worry
bad
about,
memories.
You don't have to worry about
I couldn't
remember
keep the
what you
lie
said,
straight,
you
dude.
know?
I couldn't keep it straight. I can
So-
barely remember the truth.
Why not? Yeah, I mean, yeah. And I heard what you were talking about today. The same thing with me. The sun in the eyes, driving at night, and the glare.
When did, yeah.
It happens when you get older. So it's not going to go away.
You should see me putting on those
Oh, yeah.
those back roads, 60 miles an hour
Oh, yeah.
they are. 55.
Yeah. We got a lot of great rural roads. We got a lot of great rural scenery here in Indiana.
Not when you can't see it now.
But at night it is dark on those roads.
No lights. And then all of a sudden you see these little blinkers, and you could be Amish, it could be a bicycle, it could be a
Yeah.
buggy,
Yeah.
it could be a school bus.
Yeah.
Depending on the time, you know. I mean, dude, I don't like to do it.
Yeah. And Indiana's it's a real long, narrow state. So like northern Indiana, central Indiana, and southern Indiana, they're like three different regions.
Are we two different
Really?
time zones, or?
We've got the only different time zones up by Chicago, Michigan City and Gary and Maryville, the opposite side of the state from you.
Man, we used to go to Chicago quite a bit, but
Chicago's-
now you can.
Chicago used to be a great place to go to, you know. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was always. We used to go there for the museums and like the zoo, and it's a nice. And then when you get older, a little bit more adult-like activities, as far as like we would go to maybe some cruise parties or hotels. They have great indoor where you don't have to come out for like the malls kind of thing. You know, you can like they're from one building to the next. Have you ever gone to the malls down there?
I didn't
In Chicago, they have like kind of like from one building to the next, they have like a little skywalk.
Oh yeah?
So you
can
could
get
go
from building to building?
Yeah, it was kind of cool over there. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff there.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
I did too. I like the music in Chicago, and the blues and the jazz in Chicago is premier. Indy started to do something. You know, Indianapolis started to culturally do something, and I don't know if it was because of the pandemic or what, but it's slowed down. Things have changed, and pandemic changed so much.
It did.
You know.
And without
And
like
not
any
in a
of
good
the
way. Not in a good way.
sea stuff or anything.
Yeah,
it's
just
the
the-
changes that it has made. Even, you know what, I found myself. It's funny because I still find myself doing this sometimes, and it makes me so mad. This stupid 6-foot distance crap. You know, like when I go into someplace and standing way far away
I do
from people,
that too.
and I'm like, why am I doing that?
I still do that. I go pay, go to Speedway to get gas.
Yeah,
You know,
just
they
silly
got the
places.
little feet on the. They got the little
Do
feet.
you,
right?
do you follow those feet,
And
Barry?
I go in there and stand where I'm supposed to stand, and yeah, it just You get conditioned, you know. And then if somebody gets up on you, you know, it's like, what, you know,
I know, you start to.
what are you doing? Why are you getting so close?
I worry people will get upset at me. Yeah, especially at first. When it first started to change and the masks were going away,
Yeah.
and people were relaxing on stuff at the grocery stores
Yeah.
or like at the convenience stores or
Yeah.
something. Yeah. And then, but then sometimes you'd be like, well, can I get a little closer? Or do I have to stand on that? But remember when there was like literally, I can remember all of a sudden they had like some places you could, this aisle is this way, this aisle is
Oh,
that
yeah.
way. You had to like stay
Yeah.
in your.
Yeah, when it was really, really
That's
bad.
what I was told because I never
You
was
could
allowed
only-
in these places.
It was like that.
Was it?
Yeah, you could only go one way down one aisle.
I heard about it.
And you know, there's only 30 people who are allowed in the store at one time, and if you see somebody in the cart, you know, you have to push their cart away.
Oh my god!
Oh.
I mean, we have to laugh.
Yeah,
I've always thought humor is the best way to deal with when you're upset about something, and that's why you guys. That's why you guys are so important. All that humor.
oh my gosh.
There are times I would explode with my anger at some situations. You know, you're in the middle of something and you're just thinking, man, you're just sitting at home and you're like, this is so shit. And then somebody makes something funny about it. And you just, like we Tifa, you know,
Yeah.
and you just have to, I watch the squeaky voices. Me and the squeaky voices, I say some funny stuff and they make fun of me. And I just laugh and laugh and laugh.
I'm a doll. You know,
we're dolls.
we're in the reenactment with dolls together on the same episode. And they made your doll look really good.
I
don't
know, I
if you
looked
noticed-
really good.
I don't know if you noticed.
I did. She was vivacious. Boom, boom, boom.
You know, I've got the used car salesman or substitute teacher look doll. You know, but I'm good with that because I've seen Santa's doll and Mag's doll, and I'm okay with the doll that I'm.
Oh yeah,
that
me
I've
too.
got.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm okay with my doll.
I think mine even has pretty blonde hair.
Yeah, yours.
I may want to date my doll.
I love my.
Sorry,
doll.
Eddie. I love my doll though. Yes.
Oh my.
Oh, but see, they don't have a Echo doll yet.
They haven't done.
We
a
need an Echo
They
doll.
haven't done telescope either.
Yeah, they haven't done him.
Did they do the squirrels?
I don't really care.
Well, I know,
I'm
but-
just teasing.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't
Because
remember.
I'm.
AP was the funny. I think AP was.
Okay.
That was the one that got me, man. The way they talked, the way she was talking, it was so AP. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, and for those that are watching, AP is going to come on the show at some time, some
Yay.
point. Yeah.
Yay.
We're going to do it kind of like this. We're not going. It's not going to be promoted. It's not going to be announced. All of a sudden, I'm going to be live, and there's AP. So
I would love to hear that.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Really am.
Yeah. She's a
Yeah.
smart gal in
Oh
her
my
in her
God.
own way.
What this is probably going to become is we've done this, and now the next time it'll be me and you and maybe Aunt, and then the next time it'll be me and you and Aunt and AP. You know,
And
we'll just
Jeanette.
and
You gotta get J-Med in there,
We'll
too.
get the pluck the patriarchy
pluck.
in there, and we'll
Gotta get
gradually, you know, and then we'll have that big party. You
I
know,
think we
once
should.
once this is all done, we'll have a central location. We'll have a big party. And those that can't make it, we'll live stream it so you can see
Yeah,
it.
everybody could like,
and everybody
yes, so
can be
they can
part of
be
it.
in, yes. And I think it would be cool if we could find ways that the people who can't could call in or,
Oh, yeah, we
or
can do
join
that.
a video
Yeah.
thing so that they could like show what they're doing too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We could do
I think
that.
that would be pretty cool.
We could do that.
I don't know how to do it, Barry, but
Yeah,
we could figure it
that
out.
My gosh, now see that's
That's the good thing about having good mods. So they'll figure it
and
out for
that's
me.
what I was about to say. Now the right have a lot of guns, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And there are people on the left that have guns that
Mm-hmm.
the people on the right may not know about. But the thing that the people on the right don't know about, that some of the people on the left are really incredibly dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And not because of their guns, because of their brains. because they can go on a computer and within 30 minutes you disappear. You don't have a bank account, you don't have a social security number, you don't have insurance, you don't have credit.
Wouldn't that be horrible?
You know, it would be horrible, but it happens.
It does.
So, you know, if you're one of the people out there on the right and you're one of those FAFO, you know,
Oh, dude, there's all kinds of people.
there's some people that could really mess you up in big ways and have nothing to do with violence
No, without even probably leaving their home.
without even leaving their home.
I absolutely know what you're talking about. Everybody has a weapon. And when I say weapon, I just mean, I shouldn't have used weapon, maybe.
No, a power, a source
Power,
of power.
a superpower. We all have a superpower. We really do. I have me, it's just my boldness, my attitude. That's my superpower, my mouth. And my boldness or whatever. And then like you have your superpower where you're able to come in and be that kind of person who kind of chills everybody together. You know? I mean, seriously. And let's platforms, even though, like, listen, there's some people I just don't like to hear on your shit.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Because I just don't want to hear them.
Right.
I'll be honest, I don't want to hear them.
Right.
But you know what? That's just a part of what the freedom of speech, as I always say, is not just, you don't believe in freedom of speech if you only believe in your freedom of speech. You always have to
Everybody's freedom.
the
of
one you don't
speech.
like is the one that you got to give the freedom to.
Yeah.
So to me, it's just I don't like it, but so what, right? And I feel everybody should be able to. So we each have our little superpower.
Yeah.
Everybody has it, and that's what I keep telling everybody out there. I say, do what you can, where you can, how you can. Some people are really good at emails. Some people are good at modding. Some people are good at making phone calls. Echo's a mofo at making phone calls. That man is so precise and gentle, but firm, and you know, he's not like, ooh, he goes to facts. And boy, he knows how to talk, and he'll call the sheriff department and all these different places. He will call the churches these people are going to. He's a behind the scenes person.
I was incredibly impressed with when he called into, I think it was Ants. He called into.
Was it Wizzy or?
No, he called into Ant.
Did he? Okay.
I think.
I don't remember that.
When you guys were still in Bunker Hill.
Oh, that one.
He
Yes.
called
yes,
into
yes,
Ant
yes.
one night, and yeah.
Because we had been talking, and which the backstory to that was he had been trying to reach David Riddell, Josh of Oreo Express, Raptor. He was trying to talk to these people, and they just wanted to shut him down. He couldn't get in anybody's chats and talk. They would shut his speech down, and he was frustrated. And I finally said, you know what? I want to give you a voice if you want it. I got the opportunity to let you say what you want. And he said, I'll take it. Don't just fling it on me. Let me think, because I want to be very precise in what I say. And he thought about it, and we found the way with Ant. Ant allowed us, and he helped me, and we were able to get that out there. That's important. My thing is giving people a voice. And I feel like that's why I say, again, I'm not the one, I'm the many. And why I never give up, Barry, because they don't know all the people who have come to me and said, thank you for whatever it is I'm representing at that time. It represents them.
Right.
And they say, thank you, I hope you never stop, blah, blah, blah. And then I carry all those people in my heart. And when I get down, and I get down and I think I'm just going to quit. I think, oh, shit, I can't.
Too many people.
It's an obligation now. I am obligated to go forward. I have no choice anymore.
Yeah.
I could not go back to a 9-to-5 everyday job. That was my life. Is just living and existing and making money. I can't do it. I don't give a shit about money. I know we need it.
Yeah.
But I really don't
it's
care.
not a priority.
It's no way. It's a necessity. And I would rather go
necessity.
without a lot of shit just so that I could do what I wanted to do.
I agree.
I'll sleep in my car.
Yeah.
So that I can do what I want to do.
Yeah.
It's that important.
Yeah.
It's life or death to me.
And life isn't about things. Too many people get caught up in determining that life is based upon how much stuff you have. And man, they're wrong.
Aren't they? I've always, and see, that's
Nothing wrong with having nice
No.
things, but there's so much more.
There is. Okay, here's the deal. I like nice things, I don't like to maintain them or nothing, but I like to enjoy them. But the truth is I've been in nice shit before. I refuse to live in nice shit anymore. I'm gonna live in good, and I don't care if it's shitty circumstances. That doesn't matter. I can smile in shitty circumstances, but I won't live in nice shit anymore. Where everything around me is beautiful, but I'm in a golden cage. I won't live like that anymore. I would rather live with a man, and this is not about Aunt, but I've always said this. I'd rather live under a bridge or in a van or whatever with a man who has nothing and have love and companionship than a rich guy, that gorgeous, wonderful, rich man that treats me like shit, and that I'm just not happy. Why would I want that? I think we settle so much, and I won't settle in life anymore, Barry. I don't think you do either, dude.
Might be a good place to end.
Yeah. No
Now, let's see,
settling.
does anybody have any questions?
Hashtag no settling. Well, I think stop. Yeah, I agree. It sure is. Hand laundry is good exercise. What did she say? Tell Dufus this Canadian wants so to meet him. I'm a December baby too, and I will come and cook for him.
Ooh,
I love to cook if I have someone to cook for. Special K.
Special K. Hi, Special K.
Yeah, and Echo. I'm not saying that. He's getting all political in here. Pluck is in there. Oh, somebody said, Magic Lady Lily says, "Old Miss FAFO'd today." Chad has been scoping on Dufus. Polly says Chad has been scoping on you.
Scoping on me. I'm on all the time. Well, not all the time.
Wendy
I'm on
Spears.
3 or 4 times a week.
Who else we got? Cunning Stunt.
Hi, Cunning Stunt. I got
Pluck. Oh, she says Spoon. Oh, Spoon, can I visit you in Japan? I thought she was asking if she come visit you.
in Japan.
Should we go to Japan?
Uh,
Spoon. Ooh, Cunning says you're hot.
oh, thank you.
He is, isn't he? Watch this, guys. Watch. See, look at ladies now. Here we go. See? Look at that.
Get me all red-faced and embarrassed and stuff.
Max Flower says, Lori, you should co-host the Doofus show going forward. Maybe we should get a podcast together.
Do it once a week. We could do that.
Dude, that would be so much fun.
We might.
We could
Max,
go somewhere.
you might be onto something. Once a week, we do a show together.
Yeah,
once a
wouldn't
week.
that be fun?
Yeah.
On a subject or something, or however you want to do it.
We go somewhere and sit and eat.
I still like this idea of people cooking for us.
I do
Sorry.
too. Yes, I do too.
Cooking.
Yeah, and it may be I'm going to Canada, not Canada coming here.
Yes. There you go. That would be nice.
It's
Canada. Okay, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all coming in.
Thank you all.
Let's see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed it. It says I like his idea of shows with AP and more too. That's a good one. I want to get Ant and AP and Pluck on here.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
I think we'd have a real good. Can you imagine?
There's a lot to talk about. I mean, there's just a lot to.
And we each have our own thing. Mm-hmm. Ant is the one that you talk to for all the conspiracy, like what's really going on kind of stuff. If you really want an intelligent conversation on it, you talk to him. You don't come to me for details. I'm not the detail lady. Yeah, he's going to be very interesting on what's going on behind some of the scenes. Because I'm all into just the pedos are my thing.
Yeah.
He's into all the other shit that I'm hoping will take the pedo cult out of play.
He's connecting dots.
He's the dot
He's done
connector.
exactly what he said he was going to do. He's going to take some time, look at the evidence, start connecting some dots,
And Pluck's the same way.
and bringing out information.
She works really well behind the scenes and stuff, and she's a dot, and she's a really strong woman. And that's what we've been saying, is that this is a lot of women who have come together, and it's funny because we don't need to infight. That's what was my message, is all the different personalities that are coming out and talking and coming forward, and like Pluck and me, and I'm trying to think of everybody's names. I mean, I don't even want to name anybody. Let me put it that way. But we all coming out, and we each have a niche. And we each have different women that we speak for and we speak to. And I think that's so important.
It is. It's
And we
powerful.
should not be downing each other, or, you know, like, oh, well, you talk to that person and you talk. I don't like that. That's petty. It has nothing to do with my purpose. It's too petty for me.
And but it happens all the time. It's like, oh my gosh, well, you had the squirrels on your show, so
Yeah, so you can't
you know, I can't come on your show
Yeah.
because you know that's not no.
No, okay, so you had me, you at least talked to me or something. I you know, and then you had, I don't remember who it was next, and I thought, well, what the hell? I don't like that. Maybe I don't want to watch Barry anymore. And then I thought, Marie, that's so silly. That was just your initial, I don't like that person, because I don't want to see that person, you know?
Well, and because
and then I got used to it, you know?
because journalism has become so skewed that, like, okay, if somebody's on Fox News, you know that they are far right, and they're not going to be on any other news. You're only going to see them on Fox. If you see somebody on CNN, you know they're only going to be on CNN. You're not going to see them on. And it used to be, it was about truth instead of about messages. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to bring it back to truth. And it's journalism that people haven't seen for a long time.
I think that's why I like you.
And aren't familiar with it, you know? Because if you're really an independent journalist, you tell both sides of the story.
And you admit your bias.
And you admit your bias.
Everybody has one.
And I always say it, you know, I'm center left, but I try to make the show totally neutral.
Yeah, and it's a trick. I do the same thing. As
It's
much
not
as I
easy.
have my own views, I want to provide on mine a neutral space for people to speak of different, and without being attacked. And well, for me, it's different maybe for me, but you know, I mean, it's just a little different in there. It's so cool. I get so excited about all these powerful women stepping up, and I foresee
There's nothing hotter than
strong women.
real.
So I'm getting a lot of shit for being a
now wait a
attractive
minute.
AP, right?
Let me clarify that, because if you're a weak dude, the last thing you want is a strong woman.
woman.
All right, but if you're a dude, and nothing's sexier than a strong woman who.
I admit
You know,
it, dude. Like, it's
I'm
true.
sorry.
No, it is
This-
true.
yeah.
No, it's not bad to
Sorry.
say. No, because like it's just strong people. Period. I'm attracted to strong people. So like Echo is a strong, gentle but strong person.
Yeah, there's a difference between being
Not
a strong
mean,
dude
strong
and being
and
a mean
gentle.
asshole.
And then you look at like AP. People are making fun of me for being attracted to AP and saying all this, you know, that I've slept with her and all this stuff. I did not, but I was attracted to AP, and I admitted it fully because you know why? I was sitting there watching these videos of this really strong ass woman. Who, I mean, that strength was what I was like, wow, that
Yeah.
is so attractive.
Yeah.
And then she had gorgeous legs. You know, I mean,
She does.
so I was like, there you go.
Every once in a while, she'll on one of her streams, somebody will say something, you know, and she'll show. She's got great
She's got
legs.
beautiful legs,
she
dude.
does.
Yes, when she would be in her little shorts and stuff, I'd be like, my God, you have gorgeous
I
legs.
think it was she was wearing tights, or you know,
Something.
somebody that shows.
Yeah, she's got really long, lean,
Right.
beautiful legs.
Right.
And stuff. But you know, it wasn't about physical.
Yeah.
It's all about the I'm a strong person. I am so strong-willed that I literally could not. It's hard. I can be around betas, but I definitely could not live and depend on a beta.
Right.
Because I would just roll right over them, steam without meaning to.
Yeah. It's not. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You know.
I hurt their feelings so bad, and I wouldn't mean to.
And yeah, we probably should.
Yeah.
We probably should.
I could talk to you all night, dude. Okay, guys.
Have they got anybody get comments or questions before we say bye?
Let's see what they got here. Oops, what am I doing? Because I smell it. It smells like my thing here.
Pressing your vape.
I wondered if I was, yeah.
Growing up in the 60s like I did. Okay, this is Ray. I find it strange to see people open talking about smoking dope, etc. Man, such things back in the day were on the QT, is that right?
Yeah, download on the QT.
DL is what I'm
Yeah.
used to, yeah.
And to speak on that,
Yeah.
I'll interview somebody because I've been doing this for a few years now. You know, I've got like 600 some episodes, and I would interview somebody and they'd come on and they'd light up a joint, you know, and I'd freak out. I'm like, what are you doing? You know, and then realize, oh well, you're in Missouri and it's legal there.
It's there, it is.
you
It's
know,
weird, isn't it?
It's freaking me out, dude, that you're doing this. But
Doesn't Doe smokes, doesn't he?
I don't
know, but I think I've seen
I've only
him smoke on there.
I've only watched one episode of his. I had no idea who he was, and
There's
there was all
another.
this
I don't either.
controversy
I've
and-
been on.